I directed the scene. How y'all doing? So the gist of basically what's happening is we are all going to the, well, Andrea and I are at the Hardcastle's residence. And Marlowe and Hastings are going to visit the Hardcastles. He is being set up with Kate. He doesn't know what she does. He is extremely uncomfortable around upper-class women, and she's playing off that. She's basically screwing with him for it. And the only reason he brought him to her is because he wants to get some of the cousin who lives there. So he's like, oh, this is the perfect opportunity. Let's do this thingy. Are the judges ready? Throw me a beat. Let me tell you a quick story about a boy. His name is Mr. Marlowe, and he seems a little coy. He couldn't talk to ladies if they was high class. He had to go for lower girls if he did want to last. His number one was Hastings. He had the lady swooning, but he just wanted one small girl to be his lady crooning. Miss Neville had the moves. She wasn't a big castle. She was always there to help a girl whose name is Hardcastle. Who? And who was that, you ask? She's the lady to me. And, oh, I got this, yes. Let's go.
Code J presents
She Stoops
To Conquer
by Oliver Goldsmith.
Miss Hardcastle stepped into the next room. Wasn't it lucky? Well, wasn't it the most fortunate thing in the world?
Oh yes, very fortunate indeed. A most joyful encounter. But our dresses, George, you know they are in disorder. What if we shall postpone this happiness until tomorrow?
By no means, sir. The disorder of your dress shall show the order of your impatience.
Hastings, you must not go. You are to assist me, you know. I shall be confoundedly ridiculous.
Shh. Man, it's but the first plunge and all's over. She's but a woman, you know.
All women, she I dread most to encounter.
Miss Hardcastle, Mr. Marlowe, I'm proud of bringing two persons of such merit together that only want to know to esteem each other.
I'm glad you received arrival, sir. I'm told you had some accidents.
Only a few, madam. Yes, we had some, a good many accidents. But should be sorry, madam, or rather glad of any accidents that are so agreeably concluded.
You never spoke better in your whole life. Keep it up and I'll show you the victory.
I'm afraid you flatter, sir. You that have seen so much of the finest company can find little entertainment in such an obscure corner of the country.
Yes, madam, I have lived indeed in the world, madam, but I have kept very little company. I have been but an observer upon life while others were enjoying it.
But that, I am told, is the way to enjoy it at last.
An observer like you upon life were, I fear, disagreeably employed, for you must have had much more to censure than to approve.
Perhaps so, madam, but the folly of most people is rather an object of mirth than uneasiness.
Well, Miss Hardcastle, I see that you and Mr. Marlowe are going to be very good company. I believe our being here but embarrass it.
Not in the least, Mr. Hastings. We like your company of all things.
Our presence will but spoil conversation.
But you've not been wholly an observer, I presume, sir. The ladies, I should hope, have employed some part of your address.
No. Yes, madam, I have lived indeed in the world, but I have only to observe them.
And that, some say, is the very worst way to obtain them.
Perhaps so, madam.
Indeed, I have often been surprised by man's sentiment. Could ever admire those light and airy pleasures where nothing reaches the heart.
It's a disease of the mind, madam, in a variety of tastes. There must be some wanting a relish for
I understand you, sir. There must be some who, wanting a relish for more refined pleasures, pretend to despise what they're incapable of tasting.
my meaning, madam, but infinitely better expressed. I can't help but observe,
You're going to observe that in this age of hypocrisy, something about hypocrisy, sir.
madam. In this age of hypocrisy, there are few who upon strict inquiry that do not,
I understand you completely. You mean to say that, in this hypocritical age, there are few that do not condemn in public what they practice in private, and think they pay every debt to virtue when they praise it?
Yes, madam. There are some occasions when a total want for courage destroys all the, puts us upon,
I agree with you entirely.
Oh, I see Miss Neville expecting us in the next room. Shall I have the honor to attend you?
Well, then I'll follow.
This pretty smooth dialogue has done for me.